Today we got a big project planned, and that is starting our living room floor. This is the living room, and as you can see, we have plywood. So we're going to start with tile over here in the entryway, and we're hoping to get a lot, if not all of this tiling done today. We're going to have a large tiled section, and then after we're done tiling, we're going to start the laminate flooring. You can see it down here. The rest of the floor is going to be laminate straight into that nook. Yeah, so we're going to get right into it, get the mortar mixed, and we're going to start this tile. So I just wanted to mention before we start that we sanded this whole area down. That's why you'll see the contrast between the worn, dirty floor and this area. I wanted to make sure that all the dirt, all the soil was cleaned up the best we could, and the pores of the wood are open so that it'll accept the mortar. We want to make sure that we have a good solid floor here that's going to last a long time. So the detread's done, now we can move on to tile, and it's going to feel so good once all this tile is done and we have no more tile to do in the house. Our plan is to work in rows of 3, so we're going to be doing 3 across all the way back, and then we're going to do 3 across this way. This area is 6 feet wide, so it should be exactly 6 tiles. So here's the progress update. You can see we got quite a bit done with our first bag of mortar. So we mixed up a second bag, we're ready to go. This one gets a little bit tricky because we have to cut a lot of pieces along this line. But it's going pretty smooth. I don't think it'll be a big problem.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
We're down to the nitty-gritty, the last few tiles. And it feels so good to be getting this done. It's going so smoothly, so well, no problems.
Yeah.
Like this?
Sure.
No, it was like this. And the last tile to go into our house. This is the last tile of our whole home renovation. I think
it's the smallest one we've ever done, right?
Yep. After this, no more tile. We'll back butter it for good measure. There it is. Spacer. Alright guys, the tile's set up overnight. It's the next day, it's pretty hard, and I was able to clean up all the extra mortar that was on the floor and get the tiles nice and clean. So now we're ready to start the grout. This should be a pretty quick and easy job. Get this done and this area will be finished. So we've got the tile cleaned up really nice. The grout is finished. It needs one final buffing just to clean it up a little more and it'll be done. But now we can finally turn to the laminate flooring. All right, we got the underlayment started. We got a bunch of boards sorted out. We like to sort them by
pattern
so that we can just pick them out quick and see which one is which, so we don't have too many repeating patterns. That's actually each board. There's a lot of variety in this set, so it's
13.
Pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Just start cutting and putting them in. Well guys, we are done, and all I can say is that we made some huge progress on the living room today.
Yeah.
Well, last couple days. We got all of the tile done in the entryway. It looks amazingly good. And this floor that we picked out looks awesome. So happy with this. I was a little hesitant. Not hesitant, I actually like the floor, but I was worried about the heavy grain in it, the oak type wood grain. Looks beautiful.
Amazing.
When we were shopping for our laminate floor, we wanted to make sure that we had a perfect transition from our tile to our floor top. We wanted it nice and smooth, so we had to get a 12 millimeter thick floor. The 12 millimeter flooring with a 2 millimeter underlayment brought it up to about half an inch. And that's about how thick our tile in Detra is all together. It's half an inch.
Perfect.
So it's like dead smooth across the tile and laminate. We will be adding transition pieces from the tile to the wood, so wait for that. We'll do that another time. They're going to be really sleek, really low profile, so they're not going to be trippy or anything.
Yep. And then trim.
So anyway, we had to find 12 millimeter flooring within our budget, which we always try to look under $2 a square foot. We don't see a real advantage to the more expensive floors. We find that the quality in some of the cheaper ones are pretty much the same. So in that range, this is what we found. It was in stock in store, so we grabbed it and it's awesome. Our camera lens distorts things a little bit. We've got a wide angle lens so you guys can see all the work that we're getting done. So it's gonna make the room look a lot wider than it is or a lot weirder than it is. Mm-hmm. This wood meeting the tile really defines the living area and it's a nice cozy space. The reason we did the tile so wide is because we're actually going to be putting a wood stove here. So each of these tiles is about a foot wide. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 feet before you get into the outlet area. So this is where our wood stove is going to go, chimney out the wall. And that's why it extends into the living room. It's going to be part of the living room, but we wanted to make sure we had a solid floor underneath, a solid non-combustible floor underneath the wood stove. And you guys saw the rest. It all went really smooth. It was slow, but we work slow. We take our time. We take breaks.
Yep, no rush.
And we make sure that we measure accurately. We really want an even, nice floor, even gaps around the walls. Everything really nice.
Everything went smoothly with us.
Mm-hmm. So now the next step is trim work. We're going to do trim around the doors, around the baseboards, all that stuff.
Yep.
We're doing trim along the top of this wall, side of the wall, all this accent wall. So yeah, making big progress and it feels good to have this done.
Actually, we're done with flooring in the whole house now.
Awesome. So I guess it's time to go. We appreciate you guys watching and until next time, take care.
Bye.